Hi students, it's nice to see you again today. In this lesson, we are going to look at the topic news. Do you know what is news? What news do you know? The aim of the lesson is to develop language, communicative and cultural competencies, critical thinking and creativity, to enlarge vocabulary related to the topic news, to improve speaking and writing skills. Plan of the lesson: to identify the definitions of the term news, to define the role of the importance of news, to determine the types of news, to study the sources of news. What is news? Can you give me a definition to the term news? Okay, now good. Let's continue. News is information about recent events or developments that are important, interesting, or useful to people. Its main aim is to inform the public about what is happening in the world, their country, their local community. Now we will take a closer look at the role and importance of news. First, role of news. Informer. News provides people with facts about current events and issues. Educator. It helps people understand complex topics, politics, economy, science, etc. Watchdog. News monitors the actions of governments, companions, and public figures. Connector. It links people with a society and the world by sharing common information. Importance of news. Awareness. Keeps citizens aware what is happening local and globally. Decision making helps people make informed choice in daily life, political, financial, personal. Public opinion shares how people think about issues and events. Democracy strengthens freedom of speech and holds leaders accountable. Social cohesion creates a shared understanding of society's problems and achievements. So, roles of news and importance of news. Do you agree with these statements? Next, there will be considered some types of news. Political news description covers government elections, laws, and policies. Second, economic business news description focus on economy, trade, markets, and jobs. Third, social news description related to people's daily lives, society, and community. 4. Cultural and entertainment news description about art, music, movies, celebrities. 5. Sports news descriptions reports on games, competitions, and athletes. 6. Science and technology news description new discoveries, intentions, and digital trends. 7. Local news descriptions events and issues in a specific area or community examples. Local accidents, city projects. 8. International news descriptions, global events affecting many countries. So there are several sources of news. First, traditional media newspapers, printed daily, weekly, give detailed written reports. Radio, quick news updates accessible anywhere. Television combines visual and sounds, reaches a wide audience. Second is a digital media. Online news websites provides instant updates. News apps, personalized and convention. Next is email newsletters, daily or weekly news summaries. Third, social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, very fast but sometimes unreliable. allows citizens, journalists, ordinary people reporting news events. 4. Other sources, magazines, in-depth analysis and features, podcasts and discussions and expert opinions. Word of mouth news shared directly between people. Now let's turn to today's grammar topic. First is the past simple. Form subject plus past verb, a regular ed or irregular second form. Used to describe finished actions or events that happened one after another in the past. The main storyline. Keywords: yesterday, last year in 2010, 2 days ago, then after that. Example: I opened the door, walked into the room and sat down. These are completed actions happening in this sequence. Second, past continuous form subject was were plus verb ing. To describe background actions or situations happening at certain moments in the past or an action that was interrupted. Keywords: while, when, at what moment. Example: she was reading a book when the phone rang. The long action reading was interrupted by the short action phone rang. While they were walking in the park, it started to rain. Background situation, new event. Next, here are some inspiring and meaningful quotations about news. First, news is what somebody somewhere wants to suppress all the rest of advertising. Do you agree with this quotation? Second, the man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspaper. What do you think about it? Thomas Jefferson. Third, a newspaper is not only collective propagandist and a collective agitator, but also a collective organizer. Vladimir Lenin. 4. Journalism is printing what someone else does not want printed. Everything else is public relations. George Orwell. What do you think about this quotation? 5. In seeking truth, you have to get both sides of the story. Walter Cronkite. 6. The news is usually bad news, and it is worse when it is late. Unknown. 7. People everything confuse what they read in the newspaper with news. What can you say about this quotation? Bad news travels at lightning speed. Good news takes the scenic road. 9. Today's news is tomorrow's history. Anonyms. Now please choose one of these quotations and write about your opinion and send it to your teacher. Next, slide 12. Now students, answer this question about topic news relying on your knowledge you obtained today. First, what is the definition of term news? Second, why is news important in society and what role does it play? Third, what are the main types of news? 4. What are the main sources of news in today's world? 5. How is the past simple tense used in storytelling or news reporting? 6. How is the past continuous tense used to describe background actions in narratives? Please answer to this question orally and answer in the lesson. Next, on this slide, you can see writing tasks about news. Choose one of the topics below and write 200-word essay. Write about why news is important in our life. Please give more information as you can. Describe your favorite type of news. For example, about sport, music, Hollywood, singers, pop stars. Third, how do you usually get news every day? For example, from social network, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., or from radio or from television. Which one is a good way to get true information, true news? Next, write about the role of news in society. What do you think? What do you think about news in everyday life? How it affects to us, and what it gives? Now, please look at the next slide. Here is a case study task on topic news. Case study task: Anna and the news. Background: Anna is 15 years old. Every morning she likes to read the news. On Tuesday, Anna opens a news website on her phone. She reads an article about a big football match. The article also talks about a new park opening in her city. Anna is excited because she loves football and enjoys going to the park with her friends. Later, Anna tells her brother, "Did you hear about new park? We can go there this weekend." Her brother replies, "Yes, and I also want to watch a football match on TV." Task: what does Anna do every morning? What news does Anna read on Tuesday? Why is Anna excited about the news? What does Anna tell her brother? Now, how does her brother respond? Now, please write the situational case study task and send it to your teacher. Next, it's time to conclude today's lesson. The definition of the term news were identified. The role of importance of news were defined. The types of news were determined. The source of news were studied. Narrative tenses, past simple and past continuous, were explained. That is the end of today's lesson. We are expecting to do your best. Goodbye, students. See you next lesson.